sun shining bright forever. Have your fears and your pain gone away. Here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left.
Hello everyone.
And here
We're gonna let this song play.
everything's different.
I have finally got to the point that I can listen to this song without crying.
Oh, I
My
hope
daughter
you're
sang this song,
dancing
and my
in the
father's
sky.
so let's just listen
And
to
I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. I hope the angels know what they have. Out there is so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Now tell me, what do you do up in heaven? All your days filled with love and light. Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky. And I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope that angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Since you arrived.
Those of you that know me know that my father passed away December the 25th, 2015. My dad had cardiovascular disease, and when he was 54, he had a quadruple bypass, and he had several strokes, and bless his heart, he suffered a lot. And in December, he had a stroke and a heart attack, and he was on life support, and I had him taken off. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. I could have swore I heard someone walking up the stairs. And now I don't really think this house is haunted. I just think I was hearing things. And if it was haunted, that'd be quite interesting to me. But anyway, back to my daddy. I was a daddy's girl. I loved my dad. My mother raised me. But I got to see my dad just enough for him to spoil me. And I guess most little girls are daddy's girls. And I was his legal and medical power of attorney. So, it was hard. But after I saw my father's CT scans, I knew, I could keep him on life support, and that they could do a permanent trachea, feeding tube, and all that stuff. And it would just be the machines and stuff keeping him alive. That my dad was pretty much already gone. And so Christmas Day, when I got there to the hospital, he was laying in the fetal position, and he looked at me, and I kissed him on the forehead, and I told him that it was okay, that he had been there for me and my little brother and sister all our life, and that we had had a little baby brother that passed away when he was like 3 months old, and that it was time for him to go and spend Christmas with his baby. And he took his last breath, and it was kind of beautiful. It was sad that I lost my dad, of course, but it was cloudy. And right before he took his last breath, it's like the clouds just moved away and the sun came out. And then my daughter sent me a picture. I mean, because my kids, of course, they knew that grandfather was dying. The exact minute that my dad died, a rainbow came out, and my daughter took a picture of it and sent it to me and told me that was the angels coming and getting her grandpa. This is one of those stories that I told you that I might get emotional about. So, yeah, I mean, it always hurts when we lose those that we love, but I was kind of expecting it just about any time. Like I said, he had already had a quadruple bypass and strokes, and so it was not, a real shocker. I prayed and asked God to give me a few more days with my dad, and he did. He gave me a week. And Dad passed away Christmas Day, and a lot of people would say, oh, that's horrible, and he just went home, he just went home. And he will always be with me in my heart. The hardest part about losing my dad is he didn't have any burial insurance. He didn't have a burial plot. We had to cremate him, and I want to be cremated, but I pray that I can take care of these things before my children have to experience what I did with my father. I do not regret cremating my dad. I have his ashes. I have decided what I'm going to do with them. But his memorial was the coldest, heartless, so heartless. Never seen anything like it in my life before, and don't ever want to see anything like it ever again. My dad was laid on a metal table with this wool blanket over him, and it was just horrid. And I mean, as if losing him wasn't bad enough, I had to see him like that, and that was pretty rough. And I made it through that though, and I really thought I was gonna die too. I really did. But I made it through that, and he lives through me and my brother and my sister. As long as we live, he lives. So, yeah, you think about it like that. If you've lost a parent, they live through you. Every breath you take one for them. Every step you take one for them. They would much rather you live than to die because they did. God holds keys to death, hell, and the grave. And so it was his time to go, or he would still be here with us. I miss him. I wish just one time, I could just hear him one more time say, I love you, baby girl. But I know he did, and I know when he passed, he knew I loved him. And I was content with everything. I spent a lot of time with him before he died. My baby boy spent a lot of time with him before he died. So, I'm at peace with that. And if you can be at peace with that and you know you didn't do wrong by your parents or your loved one, then, you know, be happy they're not sick anymore. Be happy they're not suffering anymore. Because I would rather see them go than to see them suffer. So, yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. You all have a blessed night. And remember, your loved ones that have gone on before you live through you. Every breath you take one for them. They're forever with you in your heart. They are. Just tell them you love them. They will hear you.